Have you ever set a financial goal in January? You felt so hopeful that it would actually be the goal that was going to change the year for you. And then by March, you've already fallen off the bandwagon and you feel like you failed. If that's you, I want you to know right now that you're not bad with money and you're not undisciplined and you're not terrible at sticking with something. The problem actually isn't you. The problem is how we've been taught to set financial goals. In today's episode, I want to talk about how to create financial goals for 2026 that actually stick. Not because you're just forcing yourself, pushing through doing it to be more disciplined, but because your goals finally work with your real life. We're going to take an inside out approach, focusing on your nervous system and focusing on your values as a mom. So stay tuned. Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Money Mom Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Coons, and we are welcoming in a brand new year. I love New Year's and the opportunity that we have to reflect on the past year and the progress that we've made and really evaluating what worked and what didn't, and then translating that into new goals, a new future, creating a new reality for yourself in this coming year. And January is the perfect time to do that. You don't have to do it only in January. You can do that at any point, but it really is like there's just this energy in the air of new year, new you, new things to focus on. And if you really want to get started off on the right foot, we have to create financial goals that work. And we have to set ourselves up for success because most people, when they set money goals, they don't set themselves up for success. Most financial goals are created from a place of panic where you're looking at your bank account, you're looking at your situation, you're seeing the debt, you're feeling like, oh my gosh, there's so many things that I need to fix. I need to fix everything. I need to get it together. I need to be better. I need to do better this year. And when your goals that you have are rooted in a place of shame or urgency, they don't last because that shame and that urgency aren't going to last. You're not going to continue to have, I know this is like earth shattering for some people, but you're not going to have the motivation that you have right now in March. It's not going to be there. Motivation doesn't stick around for very long. Urgency doesn't stick around for very long. That urgency, that motivation may start to dwindle, and then you're going to be stuck back at the same place that you were starting. Some common examples that moms say or goals that I see people set is I'm not going to spend any extra money this year, or we're going to cut out in certain areas of our life. I'm going to track every single dollar that I spend. I'm just going to be more disciplined with my money. That's how I'm going to fix 2026 is I'm just going to be more disciplined. But goals that rely on willpower alone are always going to collapse when life happens, when the kids get sick, when your schedule changes, when emotions are heightened or things come into your life that blow it up, right? And those are inevitable. We have to expect that in our life. Our life is not going to be smooth sailing. It never has been, and it will not be in the future. So it's not you that's failing. It's just being human. It's just part of our existence is that life is going to happen. And so we need to be able to create financial goals that work in tandem with crazy things that happen. So if you set goals knowing that emotions are going to happen, that schedules are going to change, then you can actually stick with them. And the truth is, money is not just numbers. It's not just numbers on your computer screen or on your phone app or whatever. It's highly emotional. And if your financial goals don't account for whatever emotional capacity you have at the time that you're looking at the goals, if they don't account for your energy, where you're at, what season of life you are in, they will never stick. So going back to when I was a young mom, I had just had my third baby. I had had 3 babies in 3.5 years. So I was in like the ultimate chaos mode. I had a 3-year-old, a 18-month-old, and a brand new baby. I was living at my in-laws' house in the Bay Area. My husband was in dental school and he was at school probably from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day of the week. I was in emotional overload. And if you had told me at that time, well, just start tracking the numbers. Just start opening up a spreadsheet every day and look at where your money is going. That wouldn't have worked for me. That was like I was running on fumes at that time. So setting a financial goal to track numbers didn't work. And so I had to go deeper than that. And I had to really look at what works for me and in my life. And when I really got down to it, it was like, oh, I could just focus on one budget, and that was my grocery budget. And I just focused on that one budget. That felt doable to me. Now, again, everyone's at a different season of life. Maybe you're at a season of life that's a little bit calmer. Your kids are older and you've got more time to yourself during the day and you can really focus on this more. Please do it. But don't give yourself an excuse to not get started because you are in a busy season of life. I know that moms feel so much pressure. We could talk about a whole episode of the invisible labor that mothers have and all the things that you are carrying, your mental load, your physical load, the emotional load. You're wanting peace. You're trying to focus on just getting through the day. You're feeling responsible for everyone's comfort and making sure everyone is taken care of. And you're trying to do the right thing, but you're also exhausted. We are. Most moms are just trying to get through. So a goal, financial goal that makes you feel tight, restricted, or even like you're constantly trying to catch up will never become sustainable because we need to create safety first, not stress. So I have a little framework that I like to create when it comes to goals, especially if you're in the place right now where you're just trying to take one step forward with your money and see some results this year. I want you to think about your goals differently. And I want you to stop setting outcome only goals. And an outcome only goal would be something like, I want to pay off X amount of debt, or I want to save this amount of money in an emergency fund, or I want to spend this amount less. Those are not bad goals to have. And in fact, I do think that they have their place, and I hope you will set some of those goals at some point. But they're incomplete goals. They are not getting to the root shift of who you identify yourself as. And I want you to start to shift some of these goals to identity and system-based goals. So instead of asking yourself, what do I want to achieve? What do I want to actually see happen? Ask yourself instead, who do I want to become with money, with my goals in 2026? What changes can I create on the inside of who I am that will then trickle into the actions that I take with money? We are taking an inside out approach with our goals this year. And that's going to be the difference between whether or not you actually feel like you can stick with them. Because identity-based goals don't need external things to create the goal. You are in charge of who you are. So here's an example of this. I have a business coach and mentor, and he, challenged me to create some goals for this next year. While I always have goals in my business, like how many families I want to help and what kind of things I want to accomplish in my business for the year, I decided that for 2026, I wasn't going to worry about the numbers as much as really focusing on myself and who do I want to become so that I'm helping the people that I want to help. So my goal for 2026 has nothing to do with outcomes. It has all to do with myself. And my goal for 2026 is to sit in silence for 10 minutes a day. And in those 10 minutes, I want to calm my mind, calm my nervous system, calm the thinking aspect of me. I'm a huge doer. I can get anything done if I set my mind to it. The problem with me is not the doing. The problem with me is becoming. And who do I want to become? And how can I create space in between the thoughts to become who I want to become? So for yourself, some examples of this, some examples of identity shifting goals would be, I want to feel calm every time I check my bank account. Or another example, I want to be able to have a conversation with my spouse, partner, whoever you're handling money with. I want to be able to have a peaceful conversation and not get blown up and not feel attacked or judgment or anything around that. Or another one of those goals could be, I want to be able to trust myself with money and I want to work towards that. So you'll see that these goals have nothing to do with anything else. They have nothing to do with how much money you make. They have nothing to do with how much money is in your bank account or how much money you're pushing out of your bank account or anything to do with the numbers. They have everything to do with who you are as a person. So hopefully, as you're creating goals, and I'm sure you're going to create some outcome-based goals this year, I want you to also create one identity shifting goal that you want to focus on, that you can think about, who do I need to become, instead of that external world dictating that. Now, one of the fastest ways to self-sabotage your goal setting is to set too many goals at once. There's so many things that you want to accomplish this year. I'm sure that you could think of easily 5 right off the top of your head, but I want you instead to just focus on one. Focus on the one identity shifting goal that you have, because you don't need to fix everything. If you focus on this one goal, it's going to create momentum. And momentum is one of the best ways to keep motivation, because when we create space for momentum, we then allow ourselves change. And we allow ourselves to think differently and more clearly at our situation. Another step that I want you to focus on is making your goal nervous system friendly. So if your goal, when you're writing it, feels heavy, intimidating, or anything that you feel like you're failing at, it's not going to last. So when you're writing this goal, I want you to think, does this goal create relief or pressure? Does it fit my current season of life? And can I do this even when life is hard? Even in the weeks where I want to throw in the towel, can I still do this goal? Because remember, success in goal setting isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about staying in the game for the long haul. And what kind of goal can you create that will give you that opportunity, so that when shiz hits the fan, because we know it will, you can stay with it? Now, I want you to anchor your goal to how you want to feel coming in December of 2026. If you can, you're not driving or doing something that you need your eyesight, close your eyes and imagine stepping into January of 2027. How do you want to feel about money? How do you want to show up for money in 1 year? You can breathe through this thought, but really visualize. A year is a long time. A lot can change in 12 months. And I don't want you to take how you felt in the past, the experiences that you had in 2025 and past, let those go and think about what could this year bring, because it's all unwritten. It's not created yet. And if we can step into this new world, this new year with feeling of potential and hope and optimism, you can step into a new you, a new reality. Think about December 31st, 2026. What does it look like? How do I feel? And I want you to hold on to that. Anchor that in your mind. So whenever things start going down and not feeling great, go back to that, because your 2026 goals need to be built and support that feeling, whatever it is. We can focus on that and we can call that in whenever we need to. If you've struggled with financial goals in the past, you need to hear this very clearly. You're not broken. You don't actually need more discipline. You just need a system and an identity that supports your life, and it supports your goals and what you want. And that is exactly the work that we do inside Money Mom Club. I'm all about helping moms build money goals that feel safe, doable, and sustainable, with the actionable, tangible things to help you. I want you to be able to hit your outcome-oriented goals and your identity goals so that we can focus on both in the new year. 2026 does not have to be the year that you try harder. It's be the year that you build smarter, better systems. And if that is something that you would like to accomplish and you want some help with that, the doors to Money Mom Club are open for the next 4 days, and we would love to welcome you into our community. We have some extra bonuses going down this week. You can check out my Instagram, or if you're on my email list, check out your email. There's a link to join in the footnotes so you can access all of those bonuses that we have going on this week. Because I want this for you, but you have to want it for yourself. You have to be ready to take that step and know that a future that is different is possible. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for choosing a calmer, more intentional relationship with money. I'll see you in the next episode.